Ladies and gentlemen, here are the news. Marine biologists had a lot to see this week as the artificial lake was planted in a theme park. Some of the spectators felt called upon to lend a hand themselves, a support that was only too gladly accepted by the dedicated gardeners.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Planet Coaster and the project Occasional One. Okay, in the last episode I said that there was a lot to do. That was nothing compared to this episode, but let's start at the beginning. Here at this point the mine coaster moves quite slowly, and for good reason. I create a kind of sunken altar here, with the columns now leaning to one side. This is more reminiscent of Greek architecture. The coaster guests should have enough time to admire the sight. The statues I'm scattering on the ocean floor here are mostly from the Steam Workshop, so they are not part of the base game but were published by insanely creative designers in the Theme Maker's Toolkit. Great work, guys! Thank you for that! We then seal the tube through which the coaster runs underwater. I show you part of this packaging process here, but not all of it. I made a template for this tube, but of course it had to be tiled again and again during the installation, and individual components had to be pushed into each other so that it follows the course of a coaster, but without any gaps. And after that, the planting of the bottom begins. Keep adjusting the structure of the soil so that it doesn't appear too uniform. After all, the seabed is never a flat surface. I show you the start of this planting action here, but I cut out a large amount of content because it's quite a large area that has to be worked here, and which takes quite a long time and is not very varied. The last action concerns the installation of the carousel. We talked about the possibility of a floating attraction once before. At the time I claimed that this was probably not realistic. Yeah, but I couldn't let go of the idea, so let's try it out here. But first of all, it's time for some music. Only very briefly, because the video is relatively short. After I cut out the planting on the seabed and some corrections on my existing structures, there wasn't much content left. So I'll be right back. back again. As it turns out, the concept of a floating island with a carousel on it works quite well. The wooden surround prevents guests from looking under the platform, which is why it could actually be a floating object. And let me say, yes, I finally found a use for the blue lamps. Underwater they fit beautifully and create a very unnatural light that perfectly matches the scenery of the altar. Although I've already spent many hours planting the seabed, I'm still not finished. So shall we ride the coaster straight away? Nope. Let's wait until the scenery is completely finished. But unfortunately, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for stopping by, and I see you all in the next one.